diversified. It's not just about moving money. To us, moving money is just a part of the puzzle. So the gap we're filling is basically financial inclusion to enable people who do not have bank account or who may not even want to have bank account, to allow them to be able to participate in financial services. For example, if you want to have a bank account now, you have to go through a lot of processes. Most people just do not want to do that. But with mobile money, the process or the procedure to have an account is less stringent. So that is one way of getting people to the financial service. So once they're in, then they can begin to do transactions, which essentially will bring them into the financial services that the CBN wants. When CBN talk about cashless is not about limiting how much you can really withdraw. That's not what it means. What CBN is actually after is when people do most of their transactions electronically, it saves time. It allows CBN to know what is going on in the market, number one. Number two, it's good for the merchants. For example, you could be in Lagos and people could be buying something from you from Kano. They don't have to be in your shop in Lagos. And that can only happen through electronic transactions. So this thing is beneficial. We have seen it work in Kenya, and there's no reason why it wouldn't work in Nigeria, because the challenges are basically almost the same, which is there are fewer banks in Nigeria compared to the population, and it takes a lot of time for people to go to the bank to do transactions. If they can do it on their mobile phone, why not? So that is why we're coming to the market.
So what other ways are you going to get the public to know about this your initiative?
One of the ways is what we're doing today, partnering with Western Union. We are the first mobile money operator in Nigeria to partner with Western Union successfully. So that way, by announcing this relationship, people are going to be more aware. That's number one. Number two, a lot of marketing. A lot of marketing needs to be done to educate people how this works, specifically how this is going to affect their life and what are the options that they have. So there's going to be a lot of education, a lot of training. Already we train on average about 50 agents in a week. So we have, at any point in time, we have about 30 agents organizing training all around the country. We have over 3,800 registered agents in Nigeria, although in different stages of being going live. So we believe in training a lot. We believe in education and an awareness of the service, and we will continue to do that until everybody knows about the benefit of mobile money in the market.
So since inception, what has been the level of response to your services?
The level of response is very, very encouraging. On our system today, we've been able to capture those who are very familiar with the internet and how mobile payment works initially. So our job now is to take it to the next level, which is those who may not have the privilege to be able to go online and things like that to know about us. We will take the service to them in their local areas through their agent, so that way they'll be more familiar with what we do and the benefits of them.
Are you going to use microfinance banks as your agent?
Yes. We will prefer microfinance banks because they are already in the financial services business already, and so they are primary target in terms of partnering to be an agent of VCASH. So we'll be pleased to partner with a lot of microfinance banks already. We are talking to some on different initiatives and things like that, and we will continue to do so. So yes, that'll be the answer.
Are you making an approach already?
Not that, we have microfinance banks that have been contacting us to partner with us, and we are responding back to them already, and we have some of them that have actually registered, and some of them actually have. We've licensed some of them to be our agents already, and they are opening their shops as well, and some of them are going to operate from their current office. So, but we need to do more in terms of reaching out to microfinance banks in the market, Ruby Chain, microfinance banks, and all these other banks under the umbrella that provide financial services. So we'll continue to do that.
So lastly, what are the challenges that you are going to encounter, and how are you going to tackle the challenges?
So far, the major challenge in Nigeria is awareness. People need to be aware. Remember when mobile phone started in Nigeria, only the very rich could afford it. And a lot of people, even if they can afford it, the question they ask themselves is, I don't want to buy a SIM card for 25,000 naira now. I don't want to buy a phone now when none of my friends have mobile phone yet. So they wait. But mobile money is different. The tool for mobile money is already here. This phone that you're using to interview me is a tool. Everybody here has a cell phone. So it's not going to take that long, just like the mobile phone. It's not going to take that long for mobile money to catch on. But we are currently through the education phase, whereby people need to know how will this affect them. What does it mean to you to be able to do a transaction on your phone at home, rather than you going to spending an hour or two during the day to get that transaction done. Once you understand what 1 hour or 2 hours could do for you, maybe more time to stay with your family or your children, then people are going to begin to see the benefits. And at the end of the day, it's cheaper, as it's been demonstrated in Kenya. So once people realize the benefit, they will definitely trust the service more and be willing to give it a try.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Your name is
Peter Ojo.
Thank you very much.
We talk about mobile, we talk about account-based money transfer, but one thing we should not forget is what is being done on the send side as well. Today you can not only send from a location, but you can also send from mobile, but also internet. Yeah. So really what we're doing is diversifying the portfolio of channels on both sides of the transactions to increase convenience.
Okay, what are the things you see as challenges that Nigeria as a country needs to focus on ensuring faster growth of business?
Like I said earlier, it has to do with providing options to the receiver to really further use the money that is transferred and collected on their accounts. So that would be one. The second thing has to do about increasing the outreach and the acquisition, because we only spoke about 500,000 users today, and we have a population of 160 million people in Nigeria. So really, there's going to have to be an effort to really bring this technology out to the people, in the rural areas, those who typically do not have access to financial services. So it's about informing, it's about creating that awareness, and also designing solutions that will make it easier for them to use the service.
That brings me to the issue of mobile money that have been licensed by the CBN. Today, I'm happy I'm still hearing about VCASH. The majority of them are just licensed, they are not operating. As an expert, what do you think has been responsible for this 2 years down the line? The majority of them are not operating.
It will be difficult for me to
explain that. The CBN would be best at answering, because they would have the reasons why they're not operating.
No. She can give an expert.
No, she's not. She can't give from a regulatory perspective.
I can tell you that what we've done and what we've the reasons for this VTN is that they were readily available. So I cannot tell you today what is preventing other providers from engaging and actually offering the service. What I can tell you though is that a lot of the banks also are entering the space of mobile money transfer as well, and that's a development that we will see happen even further in Nigeria.
Okay. Many people, even though we have so many people using mobile phone in the country, some still have this skepticism about using their mobile devices to transfer. So what is your view about this, and how do you think we can conquer this?
And that's what I think it's about: education. It's about making sure that the service is promoted. It's not a natural, way or usage to have with a mobile phone, although, like I said, more than 90% globally, people have access to a mobile phone. So for me, it's a combination of communication, education, and continue to customize the service offering to make it even easier for people to use this.
Okay, let's talk about the security of Western Union platform.
You know what? The way we're pulling the transaction, the way the model works with VTN is that the receiver, the VCASH account holder, has to pull the transaction out of the system to be able to put it on his VCASH account. And what I can tell you is that the security level that we have to pull the transaction is the same as a regular money transfer, right? And even the service is even more secure because there is another level of security that VTN has to allow that customer to deposit the transaction on his account. So we are comfortable that we are offering a pretty safe service for Nigerian customers.
Okay. Is there any advice you have for Nigerian government, CBN, on how to further drive a cashless economy?
I wouldn't be the best person to provide an advice to CBN. I just believe that the approach that has been taken is empowering and facilitating, diversifying the channels that we make available to customers to offer the service. We will need to, consistently partner with CBN to make sure that we understand what the concerns are. So, together with all the providers, we ensure that we address the concerns. But again, we've seen a lot of, development that have allowed today the kind of partnership that we're talking about today.
A few minutes ago, you spoke about the volume of transactions. Someone has about that question. So to actually put this on the record, I want you to shed more light on that.
On the total amount received from Nigeria, like I said, the industry is very vibrant, because it's related to migration, and we know that a lot of Nigerians are traveling not only to Europe or the US, but also throughout Africa, and that's a factor that drives remittance altogether. So when you look at the data available, it varies tremendously because it's sometimes difficult to track. Not everything is channeled through formal system, but depending on the source, the World Bank, for example, will tell you that 10 billion is transferred annually to Nigeria, $10 billion. Another organization such as Haiti is talking more about $4.3 billion. All in all, regardless of the range, what is important to know is that it is significant, it is positively impacting, the economy, and it's growing. It's growing as a result of the migration.
Okay. So, what is your general assessment about the drive to actually ensure greater financial services inclusion in Nigeria?
What is the drive?
Yes. What do you see has been the progress so far?
I believe that, with the efforts that we've done, for the past 18 years, increasing the footprint and bringing the service closer to the customer, that has been already a tremendous improvement. And we've seen how, the industry has grown accordingly. But again, what we're talking about today, providing the possibility to customers to bank through mobile, is taking that to a completely different level. And that's really the direction to go, and we're confident that we will continue to support the Nigerian customers in that regard. Looking forward to continuing to support, the customers here. We have a commitment to ensure that we're doing whatever it takes to improve, financial inclusion. We're doing that in Nigeria specifically, in Africa altogether, and globally. And again, this is only the start, when it comes to mobile money transfer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.